why would you tell me that? You know that I'm problematic. I'm very problematic. I'm a former crash out. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to become a different person. You cannot tell me anything, any information, compromising information that will put me in a space to where I want to crash out. Hi everybody, I am Nikila Serenity and I want to welcome you to episode 2 of Nikila's Serenity. The reason I call this segment on my channel Nikila's Serenity is because, well, my middle name is Serenity, but also the definition of serenity is the state of being calm and untroubled, and what I also like to call unproblematic. So let's get into episode 2 about emotional intelligence and controlling your emotion in high emotional situations. The word of the day today will be solidarity. A synonym to solidarity is unity. The definition is unity or agreement of feeling or action, especially among individuals with a common interest. Let's get into it. You may sometimes see me look at my phone or glance over, and it's honestly because I have notes that, I just want to keep up, and I may glance over. My computer is also right there with some notes on them. So let's get into it. So the definition of emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as understand and influence the emotions of others. So the reason I wanted to talk about this topic so much is because I've been placed in a situation recently that kind of tested my emotional intelligence. And this girl that was sitting next to me at this get together, she heard me say something and was like, I like that. I'm like, yeah, I know myself. So I was approached about a situation, and the situation is something that my family has been battling for years and years and years. And it doesn't seem like anytime soon that this problem will be done and finished and over. This is probably something we'll be battling forever if I let it, if I wanted to battle it. But honey, no. You cannot trick me out of my spot. You cannot trick me out of my peace. You cannot trick me out of my serenity at all. So a situation was brought up, and I was like, why would you tell me that? You know that I'm problematic. I'm very problematic. I'm a former crash out. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to become a different person. You cannot tell me anything, any information, compromising information that will put me in a space to where I want to crash out. And then I also can I can choose if I want to be in that position or situation to where I'm going to crash out in. We will also talk about that more in the video, about putting yourself in situations that you know for a fact you should not be in. The first bulletin I have on here is self-awareness. Being aware of your own feelings and the impact it has on your behavior. Be aware of your environment and the feelings that you have when you're in this environment. You're responsible for your own actions. You're responsible for the way you react to certain things in your environment. So you have to make sure that the way that you react, I'm so sorry for the loud background. You have to make sure that the way that you react aligns with the way that you want to live your life and your emotional awareness. Know what situations to remove yourself from. It is not cute at all. You cannot be a beautiful woman putting yourself in a position where you know for a fact you can crash out. It is an opportunity for you to crash out. Are you going to go through door A or are you going to go through door B? I'm going to take door B because it's not cute for a beautiful woman to put themselves in a situation to where they know for a fact they're going to crash out in. You do not want to function on a lower vibe. So you have to remove yourself from certain situations as a beautiful woman, as a beautiful man, as a beautiful person. You have to remove yourself from a lot of these situations because it's not cute to function on a low vibe at all. And you won't be doing it around me. You won't be functioning on a low vibe around me. And I make that very, 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 very clear. your soft girl era has less to do with what you wear and the fact that you carry a Stanley Cup and you wear oval shaped French tip nails. It has more to do with your aura, not only who you let in your space, but how you control and adapt to the spaces you are in, how you regulate your emotions in tough situations. You have to learn how to regulate, how to sit and be like, let me level the plane, let me level myself out. Because a lot of the times we depend on, if you have a significant other, if you have a friend, we depend on our significant others and our friends to be our level-headedness. And for a long time, and you know, sometimes people can pick up where you're short at. My husband has been that level-headedness for me for so long that it's like, babe, you're going to have to grow up and you're going to have to become your own level. You're going to have to learn how to regulate your emotions to where you won't put extra stress on him, because if he has to regulate your emotions and his emotions, it can be overbearing and it can make him anxious. So you have to learn how to regulate your own emotions and to not put yourself in situations to where you will blow up and blow things out of proportion. I'm going to use an example. Say you're out with your friends having a good time, everyone is drinking, and your friend says, let's smoke. You are the only one out of the group that don't partake in smoking, and you don't smoke. You will drink a little something here and there, maybe some wine, take a few shots, you feel me, but you don't partake in smoking. And you be like, no, y'all, I'm cool, I don't partake. And your friends instantly go into this peer pressure mode. Girl, you lame, you a goody two shoes, girl, boo, boo, boo. And you instantly, you can either, look, this is where door A and door B this is where door A and door B come into play. You could go through door A. Door A is, why y'all being weird to me? Start an argument, you going back and forth with your friends, and you know, now this is this big thing, and you've created environment that nobody wants to be in. This is your influence. This is your emotional influence. You have emotionally influenced a nasty environment. Or you could take door B, and you can use this as an opportunity to communicate with your friends. You can use this as an opportunity to give your friends, to correct your friends. Like, hey guys, I don't like those type of jokes. Let's still have a good time though, but let's not joke like that. Like, that's not cool. I don't think that a lot of us know how to regulate our emotions in situations that are high in emotions, and everyone's emotions are on 1,000 at this point, but you can either put your emotions on 1,000, or you could take over authority of your space and your mind and the environment around you and be like, hey guys, let's use this as a learning lesson, because maybe your friends don't know what they're doing also is abusing their emotional influence. The next bulletin that I have on here is self-regulation. Being able to manage your emotions and avoid impulsive decisions. Showing self-control when faced with a tough, upsetting situation. You are not always in control of the way other people act. Adapt to your environment, adapt to the environment that you're in, and with that comes knowing that others may not have as much emotional intelligence as you. Self-regulation shows more about you as a woman and a man than you think. So, not like I said before, and we can go back to the situation with you and your friends. They said, though their intentions weren't bad, they also didn't have the best intentions, because they were being unintentional by saying what they said. Because I don't think they understand that they have power over the emotional state of the environment too. This group of friends, they're all having fun, and then this one friend is feeling singled out because y'all made her feel she was goody two shoes, and y'all made her feel like you were peer pressuring her. And me, I'm not a person that's easily peer pressured, but not everybody is like that. Not everybody has the ability to say no and stay at no. Everybody doesn't have the ability to say, that's not what I want to do, so I'm not going to do it. A lot of people sometimes internalize these feelings, and then they, the vibe is killed for the night. You cannot control the intelligence of somebody somebody else. But you can control how you react in that situation. When you give your friends that learning moment, will you be that vessel for your friends so that they can learn that maybe this isn't okay to say to my friend? They can learn emotional intelligence from you providing that information to them. Emotional intelligence not only has these incentives, but it has incentives when it comes to relationships, friendships, family. It has your work life. It has the incentives. It has the incentives of creating this space in this life that you want for yourself. So you have to regulate it, especially when you're in public, because you cannot control what other people how other people react, but you can control the influence that you have on your friends. And that brings us to the next topic, and that's emotional influence. You never know who is watching. If you have kids, they're like sponges, soaking up everything we do, the way we talk, sometimes the way we walk, and the way we laugh, our sense of awareness, and sometimes our sense of humor. Anytime I'm around family, they always be like, girl, you act just like your dad. And half the time, I don't even notice half the time. But that comes from being heavily influenced by somebody. But also, on top of that influence, I was heavily emotionally influenced by my dad. I learned a lot of emotional regulation from my dad. I learned a lot of ways how to self-regulate. That does not necessarily mean I was emotionally intelligent. That just means I had bits and pieces of emotional intelligence. So when you are emotionally influencing the environment around you, you are teaching children how to regulate their emotions. How you handle your child could spill something on the floor. How you handle them spilling down on the floor, I guarantee you it'll either hurt or help them handle high emotion situations when they're older. And it's something as little as that. So you have to take your emotional influence very, very seriously, because you never know who is watching. You never know who is watching. If you're out, your future manager, your boss could be somewhere in the same room, and you go do an interview and you sit and they ask you, well, how do you handle high stakes situations or high emotional situations in the workplace? You can't even sit there and lie and say that, oh, I handle with grace, this and that. They done probably been up in Walmart with you when you done caused that scene over that flat screen on Black Friday. Learn to regulate your emotions, not only for you, but for the influence you may have on people around you. You cannot go around feeling like you don't have emotional influence, because it is careless and abusive if you have a certain amount of influence. And that brings me to my next one. You have to have social skills, being able to communicate and manage different feelings when you're in certain spaces. If you cannot properly communicate, you will never be able to elevate. You need basic communication skills to elevate, because you need other people that are and will be a part of your journey. And on this journey, there will be misinformation, miscommunication, accidents, high stakes situations, and issues that will need your ability to communicate in order to fix. Now, what I mean by this is, there's a lot of jobs in a lot of professions that every single thing that will come with this job is not written in the job description. So these are the things that the misunderstandings, the arguments between coworkers, the high stakes situations, like these are things that's not written in black and white. But if you have emotional intelligence, you will know how to handle these situations when they come to the forefront. You have to know how to emotionally handle misinformation, because misinformation could put you in a position to where you'll be ready to crash out. Misunderstandings put you in a position where you're ready to crash out, but you have to regulate, and you have to make sure that you're handling the situation with emotional intelligence. Humans need other humans. Humans need to communicate effectively to keep the ball rolling. You want to be a boss, you want to own a company, you want to have kids, you want to get married, you want to be an influencer, you want to do music, you want to be a preacher, you want to be a socialite. It doesn't matter. You have to, in all these different occupations, you have to know how to communicate, and you have to know that when it comes to these high ranking places and you have an occupation that is different than everybody's, or more you have more obligations than the next person, the stakes will be high. Emotions will be high. There will be a lot going on. Some environments may make you feel anxious, but you have to know how to work through it, navigate through it, and use your intelligence to say, let me regulate, let me calm down, let me breathe, let me handle this how I know how to handle this, and let me maneuver the way I know how to maneuver so that I can come out on the other end of victory. All these jobs come with situations that aren't shown in the job description. And the way that you communicate while in these situations will set the tone for how or if people communicate well with you. You cannot get off track. Everybody does not have the same resources as you, but everybody does have... What was that sound? Everybody does not have the same resources as you, but everybody does have the same 24 hours. But you do not know. It is not up to you to know how the next person gets to spend their 24 hours. Not everybody has free time to sit in front of the TV or get on their phone. They don't have the free time to get on YouTube and sit and watch an hour-long video of how to grow and how to be better, how to be a girl's girl, how to be this, how to be that. Everybody doesn't have a couple hours out of their day or an hour out of their day to sit and watch these things. People have parents at home. They probably got to take care of kids. It doesn't matter. A lot of people don't have the time of day. Some people don't have phones. Some people don't have Wi-Fi. Some people have this. Some people don't have that. Some people don't have the mental capacity to even get on YouTube to even look these things up because of their circumstances or the environment they were raised in that chemically imbalanced their brain to believe that what they are doing is okay. So with that being said, you have to learn empathy, being able to understand and understand the emotions of others. When someone is acting irrationally or impulsively, there is always a reason, but the number one reason is always the lack of emotional intelligence. How to be a beautiful woman, a beautiful person, has less to do with the way you wear your hair and more to do with the way you act. Your emotional intelligence, wisdom, and courage to change. So just learn those things about yourself. Become more beautiful in your skin. Become more whole with yourself and take control of your environment. I really hope you guys like this video. The next video that's coming out, I know for a fact you guys would like it. So, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell for all the times that I post. And come on back, and enjoy another episode of Nikila's Serenity whenever you're free.